to start the week this week with a couple of really cute chicks. So get your pencils and your rubbers and bits of paper and let's start drawing. A bit of warm-up paper here, just a bit of scrap paper, just to get your arm moving and to get you thinking about drawing. So remember, nice loose pencil grip. Move your hand further up. Do a nice circle to start with. And what I'm going to be showing you today is about how to make your little chick fluffy. So here's the difference between a line. So if we draw a bold line, can you see that as the top of the chick? Imagine that. Now look at the difference to this. Lots and lots of little lines. And as we go through with our drawing today, what we're going to be doing is these little broken lines. So what I want you to do on your warm-up paper, just for a minute or two, hold the pencil halfway up, really, really loose, and just do some little lines as if you're going up the top of a chick's head, or maybe some little lines for a fluffy chick's wing. So really loose pencil strokes. That's what I want us to be working on today. Right, now we're going to turn our circles into recognisable chicks, thinking back to what we did at the warm-up. So here, I'm going to start here in the circle, I'm going to go up, it's not a bold solid line, is it? Lots of fluffy little lines, and I'm going to take it up and round. So that's the edge of my circle, and I'm going to take it round like that, maybe just there, like that. Lots of little bits of fluff. Now here at the tail, I want you to take it out and up, and then go back to that. Once you've got the shape in, just put it in really lightly and make it lovely and fluffy. You see, so you're softening every single edge there to create our little fluffy chick. I want you to go back in and rub that line out. Can you see it's starting to look a little bit more like a chick? Key is the fluffiness here, I think. Now on this one here, what we're going to do is I want you to really lightly again, putting in a little semicircle on top there. So we've got that shape. And then go back in with your little fluffy small strokes, lots of broken little strokes here, and create the little fluffy shape for the chick that's going to be poking out of the egg. And then go back in and rub out. So if you press pause now and you work on having the fluffiest chicks you can create with those little pencil strokes. Right, now we're going to turn our circles into recognisable chicks, thinking back to what we did at the warm-up. So here, I'm going to start here in the circle, I'm going to go up, it's not a bold solid line, is it? Lots of fluffy little lines, and I'm going to take it up and round. So that's the edge of my circle, and I'm going to take it round like that, maybe just there, like that. Lots of little bits of fluff. Now here at the tail, I want you to take it out and up, and then go back to that. Once you've got the shape in, just put it in really lightly and make it lovely and fluffy. You see, so you're softening every single edge there to create our little fluffy chick. I want you to go back in and rub that line out. Can you see it's starting to look a little bit more like a chick? Key is the fluffiness here, I think. Now on this one here, what we're going to do is I want you to really lightly again, putting in a little semicircle on top there. So we've got that shape. And then go back in with your little fluffy small strokes, lots of broken little strokes here, and create the little fluffy shape for the chick that's going to be poking out of the egg. And then go back in and rub out. So if you press pause now and you work on having the fluffiest chicks you can create with those little pencil strokes. going to pop in the little beak now. Chicks have a tiny beak, so a little tiny triangle there. Can you see how small that is? And then from the middle of that, come out and pop your eye in. Where you place the eye is really important. So think about where you've put it there. And it's quite a little eye as well, because chicks are pretty much just fluff. And coming down here from the eye, put in a little mark that will start off our wing. And then very fluffy, small marks coming round. That's the start. That's starting to look a bit more like a chick now, isn't it? But what at the moment he's floating, so we need to pop in his feet. So if you watch here, can you see I'm taking the line down and then out there. 1 and another 1 and 2. Here, just next to it, just a single line. And we'll take that up there and then down there. And he's starting to, it looks like he's about to have a chat with this little one, so he needs a beak as well. So with this one's beak, we're just going to go with a little triangle like that. And then 2 sweet little eyes here, which we will paint in black. Can you see I'm not really even joining them? There we go. We've got his 2 little eyes. And let's give him an extra bit of fluff there. And you could, in the shell, just take out a little bit of the shell there, as if he's starting to break out of it there too. And that is our finished drawing. Now, this is your chance now to go and create a gorgeous Easter design. I can't help thinking this would be a lovely card to send to somebody. And you can cover the back with Easter messages or Easter eggs. You could have some little eggs in the foreground. You can put some patterns on. If you've not got paints, just use your felt tips, use your crayons, use whatever you can. But I'm going to go on the next bit and I'm going to do some paints. So if you've got some paints, stick with us and we'll do some tips. So I'm going to paint my chicks with a combination of just some paints, some watercolour paints from a palette and some pencils. And I'm using this one today because we've had so many inquiries from people asking us for paints, and we know that art shops are closed at the moment. So we're trying to work out how we can make these available to you. So stick with us and keep watching our Facebook posts for more information about that. But I'm going to start here. I'm just going to use the lid. Can you see this is really handy here to create a wash? So that's just my pure water there. And I'm going to go into this very jolly, very bright yellow here. Now, the more paint I add, actually what I'm going to do is I'll put a piece of paper underneath it. Sorry, Elizabeth, so that you can actually see what colour it is there. The more paint I add, the more colour will be in this, you see. So although there's a white there, I wouldn't use a white in watercolour painting. We just add more water if we want it to be paler. So there we've got a very nice yellow wash for my chick. And all I'm going to do is come in with my brush. I'm going to paint the whole thing. There's something about a yellow chick that's just so Eastery. And now we're in the start of the Easter holidays. I feel like I want to just be painting chicks. So I'm going around the eye. Actually, I think I'm just going to go over the eye there. But I'm leaving the beak. And the same for this one. I'll leave the beak here. But I'll go. Now, at the edges, I'm keeping, because I want to keep those nice fluffy lines. I'm not doing a straight line. I'm just even using my brush to do that a little bit as well, to create some fluff. And we're going to go back in with some pencils on top of it. Okay, so that's the start. Just a very simple, lovely yellow wash on our chicks. I'm going to leave that to dry. It'll only take a minute or two and then we'll finish this off. Yeah. So I'm going to finish my painting with 4 watercolour pencils that I've got here. I'm going to start by going around the outside of my chicks with this yellow and just going for some lovely bits of fluffiness to make them look even fluffy. Yeah, Elizabeth is laughing. I'm not sure she thinks fluffiness is a word. I think it's a highly appropriate word in the Easter season. So there we go, let's just, can you see? It's just a bit easier to do that with a pencil than it is with a brush to make him really, really fluffy. So all the way around, and using the yellow here as well on the wing. And I'm going to go underneath the eye and make a little mark there as well. Nice and quickly. And then I'm going to use my orange on the beak. Now I'm not turning this to paint these bits, I'm just colouring, I'm just using the wonderful pigment that's actually in it and going in like that. And then I'll go and I'm going to use this burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is a kind of reddy brown. You use that on the feet. And again, I'm not going to turn that to paint either. I'm just going to go in with that there like that. And then I think I'll do my eye. I haven't meant to have a black. That's actually a dark brown, black. Here we go. And do my eyes. That's brown as well, is it, Elizabeth? Yeah, we are struggling here. There we go, black. Just going to put a bit in, not much. Can you see I'm not making them really big, the eyes, just really small, quite little cute eyes there. Might go a bit more. Okay. Now, let's use these pencils quite cleverly as they are meant to be used by really pressing hard, going around the eggshell with the pigment. And then I'm going to turn it to water. Now, the background on mine, I am leaving bare, but I would like you to absolutely fill it with Easter themed decoration. So can you see what I'm doing is I'm going in, I'm taking the pigment from the edge there very carefully, and I'm taking it so I've got that sort of eggshelly colour. This is where watercolour pencils are super for that. So we've got that nice outline, but it's a bit more interesting inside. If you've just got paints and not got the watercolour pencils, you can just paint that in a pale brown. Make sure you add water to your wash and use your lid as a palette there. And that is my chicks. Can't wait to see your little chicks. So make sure you get someone to take a photograph and put it onto our Facebook page, Little Art School Scotland, so that we can all see what you've been drawing at home. You can't imagine how much it means to us to see your pictures. We love it. So come back tomorrow. We've got a really lovely lighthouse drawing tomorrow. A lovely lighthouse which you can make it with crashing seas or calm seas, whatever you're in the mood to draw tomorrow. And at the end of the week, on Friday, we're going to be doing a really big, totally different, very special bank holiday art treat for you. So I'm going to give you the first clue today. And the first clue is small blue coat. I wonder if you've got any guesses. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow for the lighthouse.